Hello, everyone. My name is Galina. I'm the head of sales and partner relations at OnlyOffice. Every day, our team is working hard to create powerful and secure Office applications. We always take into consideration all your requests and suggestions, and we do our best to further improve our products and deliver the first-class editors and productivity tools for you. So I'm really glad to welcome you at OnlyOffice Web Week 2022, where we are going to present the product updates and share practical topics. Besides, you have a chance to take part in online raffles and quizzes, which will be held in the stream chat. And you can win some awesome prizes, such as merch stuff and free licenses for OnlyOffice home server. Just stay tuned and watch all the webinars attentively. If any questions arise, you're always welcome to write them in the chat. For today, we have two presentations on the agenda. Let's start with OnlyOffice Docs 7.1, presented by Mike and Sergey. They will tell you about the new features in the editors and show how exactly you can use them.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to OnlyOffice Web Week. We're going to start the first day with the most important news, of course, the release of OnlyOffice Docs version 7.1. In this session, I will tell you all about the improvements in Docs online, on desktop and on mobile, and demonstrate how everything works. The speakers today are me, Mike, and my colleague Sergey.
Hello, everyone.
You can use our Twitter handles in case you wish to connect. You can find them on the screen. And let's go. Let me remind you that OnlyOffice Docs is a collaborative office suite available in the cloud and on premises. It can be used within different sync and share services, CMS, and learning platforms, as well as within OnlyOffice Workspace and in OnlyOffice Personal. Also, a desktop app is available for Windows, macOS, and Linux systems. Briefly, the new version, we made improvements in all three editors. There are new options for viewing and saving PDFs, interface improvements in spreadsheets, including print previews, tooltips, and view options, and more. Long anticipated animation editing in presentations, more scrutiny with visual objects, and a long list of other news. Let's start with PDF and have a look at the new conversion options and an enhanced PDF viewer. From now on, you can view PDFs more comfortably, use page thumbnails for easily finding the needed page in the navigation bar, or browse using the table of contents. You can also switch between different cursor options and use external links in your PDF documents. And now you can convert PDFs to different text formats, including docx, to get editable texts with the only exception, which is PDFA. And now you don't need a separate PDF reader app to fully work with the format. So OnlyOffice PDF viewer gets more and more features with each version, and there's will be something new next time as well. New conversion formats are also available for other files. For example, converting DJVu to DJVu and PDF, and XPS and OXPS, which are two versions of Microsoft's alternative to PDF, to all available formats. What's new in spreadsheets? Briefly, in this version, we added some usability improvements by popular demand, and also added a few features to formatting functionality. So first, print preview. Print preview in spreadsheets can be actually a big deal when you work with large tables, and we've been asked not once to finally add it. So now you can know exactly how your sheets will look like after printing with your current print settings. So in preferences accessible from the toolbar directly, and the file menu, you can make adjustments such as select print range within a workbook or worksheet, adjust page size choosing from available presets, and change orientation between landscape and portrait. You can also apply scaling, repeat headings of rows and columns on every printed page if you have a large table that doesn't fit on one page. Decide which layout elements to display, like grid lines and headings, and more. Print preview will show changes in real time as you apply the new settings. Now the View tab has more options for adjusting the interface organized in one place. In this tab, starting from the new version, you can combine sheet and status bars. Pin toolbar will let the editor hide it automatically, change the interface theme, or disable or enable the shadow in frozen panes. Spreadsheet editor got new currency types to choose from when picking a format for cells with numbers. Now you can choose the currency tab in the format settings available from the Home tab or the content menu. Now it has currency percents published by International Standardization Organization in the ISO 4217 standard. It's nearly impossible to remember all formulas by heart unless you are using some of them daily. So we decided to make our work easier and introduce tooltips for formulas. And you just need to start typing the formula and the editor will show you the matching options as you type. You just need to pick the one you're looking for. And now it's easier to import text from TXT and CSV files. When importing from a file, choose the qualifier to define where the text begins and ends, and insert the data with desirable formatting.
Now let's have a look at the most important features that you can find in presentations thanks to ONLYOFFICE Docs version 7.1. Here we go. From now on, you can add and edit animations in your slide. The updated presentation editor offers a new tab where you can insert and adjust animations of different types to make your slides more visually appealing. Apply various animation effects to text or other objects and define their motion path. To add an animation effect, open the Animation tab on the top toolbar, choose what you like, and adjust its settings using the corresponding options on the same tab. The next improvement allows you to quickly duplicate any slide using the corresponding option in the Add Slide menu. To do so, open the Home tab, click Add Slide, and choose Duplicate Slide. Use this feature to create as many copies as you need. The updated presentation editor also makes it possible to move slides to the beginning and end of your presentation with a couple of clicks. This option is available in the context menu. To quickly move slides, choose the required slide and press the right button on your mouse. The context menu will open and you will see two options: Move slide to beginning and Move slide to end. Select what you need and enjoy the quick result. Let's turn our attention from presentations to other important features that you can find in ONLYOFFICE Docs 7.1. The latest version of the ONLYOFFICE Online editors comes with a new tab in Text Documents and Presentations that contains all the tools and commands that you can use to change the way your files look like. The View tab is traditionally located on the top toolbar. Use this tab to navigate between chapters, change the zoom options, and fit a document to a page or make it as wide at the working area. Customize the interface of the editors by hiding rulers, the status bar, and even the toolbar. Switch between the interface themes depending on your preferences. ONLYOFFICE Docs version 7.1 offers some useful improvements for shapes. First of all, the menu for inserting and modifying shapes has been significantly redesigned. Now you can see the icons of all available shapes. Moreover, there is a new section in the menu that displays all the items that have been used recently. To add a shape, open the Insert tab and click Shape. Choose what you need and add it to your document. Another improvement is the ability to edit shape geometry with your mouse cursor. This allows you to create totally unique shapes. To do so, just add a new shape or select the one that already exists. Press the right button on your mouse and click Edit Points. After that, click the required points and move the cursor to create a unique shape. Finally, the component for selecting gradient direction in shapes has been changed in ONLYOFFICE Docs version 7.1. Now, images are generated depending on the selected gradient colors. To see the new component, open the Insert tab, click Shape and choose the required item. Then go to the Shape Settings tab on the right sidebar, click Gradient Fill and choose Direction. Try different options to get the perfect color. ONLYOFFICE Docs version 7.1 also makes it possible to open new chart types so that you can find the most suitable way to visualize your data. They include pyramid charts, pyramid bar charts, vertical and horizontal cylinder charts, vertical and horizontal cone charts. Summarizing the above, I'd like to mention some other features that you can discover in ONLYOFFICE Docs version 7.1. The newest version of the online editors allows you to open smart art objects. There are also new interface languages, Galician and Azerbaijani. Now you can view a password while entering it in your text document, spreadsheet, presentation, or fillable form. Zoom options are now available in OFOM files. Finally, you can sort comments by groups of users. Apart from the online editors, our team has also updated the free desktop app for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. ONLYOFFICE Desktop Editors version 7.1 comes with the majority of the features that you can find in ONLYOFFICE Docs. However, there are a couple of unique improvements. Let's check them out. First of all, due to update of V8, Google's open source high-performance JavaScript engine, and the implementation of Microsoft Visual Studio 2019, ONLYOFFICE Desktop Editors version 7.1 offers accelerated performance. The app now opens and saves big files like documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and fillable forms much faster, which allows you to save a bit of time. Starting from version 7.1, the language set for the Mac OS client coincides with the languages that are available on the other platforms, Linux and Windows. You can switch between languages right in the app.
Thank you, Sergey, for introducing the new features and documents and presentations. And now, as that's it for the web editors, let's move to the e-apps. Now to mobile updates. So both apps for iOS and Android obtained some improvements in editing functionality, login, file management improvements. The news are especially big in the Android app, which is swiftly catching up with the web functionality. So let's see. Let's start with the Documents app for Apple devices. From now on, you can also log in with your Apple ID and Microsoft account. And these options are introduced in ONLYOFFICE Workspace 12, by the way, which is also available now. There are new auto shape settings for creating shapes on mobile from iOS, including the shape line styles. In spreadsheets, you can change the spreadsheet region to automatically adjust the date and time formats for your worksheet data. As for the Android app, I already mentioned that it features multiple enhancements that give you much more control over your editing and cloud file management. And first of all, now you can connect the app to Google Drive directly to access your files in storage without having to download them on the phone or tablet. In document layout settings, now you can change the page size and orientation and choose from the available page format presets. Ability to add endnotes in documents to make useful references and notes to your content. You can also configure both footnotes and endnotes from the editor in the app. Slide previews and presentations became more comfortable for easier navigation from the mobile screen. And you can export the files in more formats as well. New export options include PDF-A, .x, OTT, XLTX, OTS, POTX, and OTP. New line styles are also available here, and you can apply them to both auto shapes and charts. From the document manager, you can import files to ONLYOFFICE folder on your device for easy management of local documents all in one place. And finally, you can now automatically adjust the color theme for the app to the one on your device. And that's all for mobile news today. Feel free to update your app and try all the features yourself. If you never tried it, we recommend you download ONLYOFFICE Documents app and see how it will ease your mobile document organization and editing. We're also eager to hear your feedback to improve the app and make it even more convenient.
If you don't have much experience in working with the ONLYOFFICE online editors and would like to learn a bit more about how they work, you can always refer to our user guides that are available right in the user interface. All you need to do is open the File tab and click Help. You will see a list of all available guides. Choose what you need and become an expert in the functionality of the ONLYOFFICE Online Suite. ONLYOFFICE Docs offers multiple installation options, which allows you to save a bit of time. It's available as DEP, RPM, Docker, Snap, UCS, Cloud Run, Amion, and Kubernetes. From now on, all the editions of ONLYOFFICE Docs, Community, Enterprise, and Developer, and ONLYOFFICE Document Builder can be installed on devices with the ARM architecture, which offers high performance, energy efficiency, and integrated security. The compatible version of ONLYOFFICE Docs is available as a separate build and offers several installation options such as Docker images, DEP and RPM packages. If you are the owner of a device with an ARM-based chip, you can get the compatible version of ONLYOFFICE Docs on the official website. That was the brief description of all the new features that you can find in ONLYOFFICE Docs version 7.1. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, Please feel free to leave them in the chat or get in touch with our team on social media.
Great. Sharing chat, what do you like the most about the version 7.1 update? And now Mike and Yuri will tell you about the new version of our collaboration platform, ONLYOFFICE Workspace 12.
Hello again, it's me, Mike from Communications, and second presentation today is the new ONLYOFFICE Workspace, which is now in version 12. We will tell you about improved and new features and all modules and demonstrate some of them on the screen so you know where to start. The speakers today are me and my colleague from Professional Services Engineer team, George. So George will play basically the most important role today. He will demonstrate the new workspace, how it all works, and how to apply multiple new settings that were added in this version. What is ONLYOFFICE Workspace? Let's revise that. ONLYOFFICE Workspace is a bundle of solutions, ONLYOFFICE docs, and productivity models, or we also call them a collaboration platform with mail projects, user management, document management, calendars, and social hub. And it is available either in the cloud in multiple formats, including a free tariff for startups. And there is also an enterprise version, which is self-hosted for installation on your own server. So let's have a brief overview of the new features in ONLYOFFICE Workspace. Generally, we added new elements and formats in file sharing, improved mail, but for example, IMAP synchronization. We added read receipts and mentions in mails. Also, it's not possible to make login via Apple ID and Microsoft login to your workspace. And we added WebDAV and CardDAV mechanics, improved security of ONLYOFFICE Workspace, and many more features. So now I'm giving my word to George, who will introduce you to all of these new features and show you how it all works. So, George.
Hello, my name is George. I'm a Professional Services Engineer at ONLYOFFICE, and today we will touch upon new features that have been implemented with the release of Community Server 12. So let's get started with better documents. New formats have been implemented. For instance, you can now open for viewing the following formats: FB2, XML, and OXPS. There are also new conversion options for downloading, such as, for instance, EPUB, FB2, and HTML files, and many others. Now, with the release of the Community Server version 12, a new sharing settings menu appeared. There was a slide window redesign and new sharing options added. Let's take a look at them closely using our portal. Now let's take a look at how new sharing settings work with our files. In order to check this, let's go to the Documents module and click Sharing Settings on a particular document. Now here, if we add a particular user, we can see that currently there is a new difference at the bottom of this window. It's the option that is called Advanced Settings. If we click on it, a new dialog window appears within this window with the advanced settings, such as you can't print, download, and copy file, which works only for read-only and comment modes, and you can change sharing settings for full access. Now, if we select both of these options and click OK and save these settings, now our user who's been shared this document will not be able to print, download, or copy the file, or change sharing settings. Now let's log in as a different user and check it. Now we logged in as a different user, and let's try to see the document that's been shared to us just a couple of minutes ago. We go to the Shared with Me folder and try to access the new document. As you can see, we're not able to download it and we're not able to print it. And you can see that the file's been shared, but we are limited in terms of functionality here. Another handy feature that has been added with Community Server version 12 is automatic trash cleanup. This feature allows you to permanently clear the trash folder within the set periods of time, whether it's 1 week or 3 months. Now, to check automatic trash cleanup, we can check the Documents module settings right here. So, in the Common Settings subsection of the settings of the Documents module, we can see the new setting, which is called Trash Bin Auto Clearing, delete files older than, and we select the period. So let's try to choose this option, and let's try to set it to 1 month. Now, if we go to our Documents module and delete the file, it will be deleted from the trash folder in 1 month. Another important feature that has been added with Community Server version 12 is deep link for mobile interfaces. What it means here is that we have now the ability to choose between browser and the application when opening the file link on mobile. That means that when you try to open a particular document from your portal in Documents module using your mobile phone, you will first see a dialog window such as the one that is demonstrated on the slide. You have two options here. You can either open the document in the browser, or you can open it in the OnlyOffice Documents application. Now let's say a few words about Revamped Team Management. New features have been implemented with projects. They concern revised project reports concerning user activity and project lists. Time periods in reports have been implemented, and mentions are now possible in tasks. Now we can check this if we go to Projects module, click on Reports, go to User Activity, and try to generate a new report, checking Show Average Time checkbox. Now, if we open this report, we will see two new columns in here, such as Average Project Closing Time and Average Task Completion Time. Now, if we go to Project Lists, we can also see a new option here, which is Time Period. Among other things, read receipts and mentions were added. Read receipts allows you to request a read receipt when you compose an email. User mentions allow you to mention a particular user when you write an email so that they're notified when you do so. With projects, it works like this. For instance, we have a new project and we have a task in there. Now, if we go to Comments section and try to write a new comment, we can actually mention a particular user here by typing an @ sign and choosing a particular user. Now, this user will be notified when you leave this comment. It actually works the same way with emails. If we go to our Mail module, create a new email, and then try to write an @ sign in here, we will be offered to choose one of the users. They will be added as addressees. Another important feature that has been added with the latest release is login with Apple ID and Microsoft. Now let's take a look how it is configured. We can find the corresponding settings if we go to Settings, Integration section, Third-party services. Here, if we scroll down, we can see two new options, Apple and Microsoft. If we click on Apple, we can see the window which asks us to enter all the required data to enable Apple ID. If we click on Microsoft, the procedure is basically the same. Once enabled, it will allow you to authorize using the corresponding accounts. Now let's say a few words about improved mail. One of the greatest features that has been added with the latest release is IMAP synchronization. Let's dive deeper into this technology and see how it works. First, let's take a look at IMAP synchronization. This service works if the particular parameter is set in Web App Settings config, which can be found at the path var www OnlyOffice Web Studio. Now let's take a look at it. Here's our file. Let's open it. Here we can see the parameter mail send user activity, and the value is set to true, which means that the IMAP synchronization works. Now, it is important to mention the fact that in order for this to work, we need to make sure that we have our mail account configured with OnlyOffice Mail Server. And there should be information about this in the database. So if we access our MySQL database, use OnlyOffice database, then we should be able to see, among other tables, the table which is called Mail Mailbox. Now let's try to see its contents using MySQL language. As you can see, we have our account right here, and it's actually has this parameter set as 1, which means that this mailbox is valid and IMAP synchronization will work for it. IMAP synchronization synchronizes inbox, send, spam, and user folders on the server. IMAP sync gets the information about user activity from Redis and establishes one connection for each synchronized folder of every active user mailbox. Additionally, folders are synchronized with inbox using tags which names correspond to folder paths from mailbox root directory. Now, a question arises: what happens if the service goes down? In case OnlyOffice Mail IMAP service goes down, user actions will be done in their original order after the service is up and running again. However, in case user action wasn't registered by a mail server due to a connection issue, the subsequent synchronization cancels this action. For instance, letters were marked by user as read initially, but they will remain unread according to mail server state at the given moment. And now, let's discuss other important improvements. Better calendar events have been implemented. That is, the support for rich text in event descriptions and file attachments for calendar events. Let's take a look at these improvements more closely. For this, let's go to our calendar module, select any event, and try to edit it. Here, we can see that the description field now allows us to use rich text, while there is also the new attachments field, which allows us to upload our documents. Among other important features, CardDAV Address Book Client-Server Protocol was added. It is designed to allow users to access and share content data on the server. At the moment, the synchronization works only one way. That is, when the user data is changed on the portal, the data is updated in the created address book. You can find the corresponding option to turn on CardDAV in People's module, Settings, CardDAV Settings. Here, you now have an option to turn on CardDAV. If you click on it, the link will be generated. Another feature that will soon become available is WebDAV Server. It will allow you to use your portal as a WebDAV server, work with other users from remote servers, and collaboratively edit and manage files. The WebDAV protocol provides a framework for users to create, change, and move documents on a server. Using WebDAV, it is possible to perform different operations with files such as editing, downloading, uploading, copying, and moving. WebDAV Server, which runs on port 1900 by default, is configured to allow the functionality to operate as expected. The corresponding guidelines with the detailed procedures on how to configure and set up your WebDAV server will be available at our website Help Center ONLYOFFICE.com shortly. For now, let's say a few words about the possibilities that WebDAV server offers. Now, My Documents folder from Documents module allows to edit, download, upload, copy, and move its contents. Shared with Me folder allows you to operate with its contents according to the access rights. Favorites folder allowed to read, change, delete, download, and copy the files. Recent folder allows to read, edit, delete, download, and copy the files as well. Common folders also allow us to edit, delete, download, move, and copy its contents. Project files and trash files can be edited, read, changed, deleted, downloaded, and copied. If private rooms are enabled, File Manager will show the private room folder. However, opening a file in the editor will require a password. Session Logout has also been implemented. This is a new option allowing you to log out from all active connections to the portal. Now, on your portal, if you go to People module and select your profile, you will see the Active Connections tab. Under this tab, there is now a new option that allows you to log out from all active connections. Now, together with this feature, the security has been enhanced. Now, there is Active Connection Check. For instance, if you try to log out from all active connections, a notification window will appear providing the option to log out and change your password. Other general improvements and numerous bug fixes also contribute to overall security enhancements. The last but not the least is better networking. For instance, Telegram contact info in profile has been added. Additionally, notifications about birthdays and new users will appear in feed. So that concludes our presentation on new features related to Community Server version 12. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, George, for introducing us to the new features in Workspace 12. And I believe everyone has lots of questions now, so feel free to use the chat to ask them. We will answer right away. And we can wait for you to try all the new features and give us your feedback on Twitter and other social channels. So if you have any sales-related questions or need support from OnlyOffice team, please use the contact emails that you can see on the screen. And I wish you a good rest